That was really, really say emotional welcome. Thank you very much. I have the feedback. Hello. Thank you very much. My name is Rudolf Rudl Sabastlinger, and this is I am the CEO of a company, and this is my wonderful technical head of department. Head of wie hast du? Head of technical department. Josef, Peppi, Schoars, please. We are directly connected to the internet via voice over IP, and maybe we get some information from the outside world tonight. Thank you. So maybe we go to the next slide. Our company, this company, PM.
Maybe it's a ganze joke now.
Yes, actually I'm very sorry for my English not being very good. I only learned English from lolcats. But it will work somehow tonight. So, we are entrepreneurs. We are entrepreneurs from a small city in Austria called Floing. Yes? Floing. That is our home village.
Country.
Home village. You see, you can literally translate herzlich willkommen, heartfully welcome Floing. That is the opening of the village. When you enter in it.
Okay?
Yes. We are from Floing, and we wanted to start something new. So we created a hacker lab. It is called BetaFlap. BetaFlap is our hacker lab. You see, I was 16 years old. I had a skin problem and stuff, and this guy actually he's a car repair man. But we all got together and found it really interesting to work with blinking lights and stuff, and it was nice. We made many parties. 2600 magazine, big.
A big magazine. Big importance? Brooch?
Hacker, yeah. Next one. And we have many parties where we dance and do things, not many girls there.
So if you want to come, I think the next is on Saturday.
Yes, we have a wiki. It is a strange language for fast wiki fast, and you can enter if you want to do something there. You go there and you can also make a party with us.
Yeah. Okay. So come, please.
Yes.
Bring your own girls.
Yes. But we wanted to change this situation. We wanted to change the situation, so we decided that we want to do a startup. Yeah. We wanted more girls, so we wanted a startup. Yeah. And we first thought of the porn industry. Yeah. We first thought porn is the future. There's lots of money in the porn, but the problem was we chose the wrong porn. We thought we have a segment of the market, like niche. We have a niche, and people would be interested. Many people hate creature. Yes. But
is there anyone who likes creature? This.
Yeah. Okay. So
maybe if you want to buy something on the DVD.
Okay. Actually, you cannot see the dick. For the Japanese market, we don't have the dick.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like that the girl has a dick.
Where?
Maybe
this?
Oh, forget it. So you see, we weren't very successful
okay.
with the porn
It
industry.
was a completely failure. You see, one person or two out of many. That is not a good performance. Okay. So we thought of this here. We thought we have a cultural cultural heritage in our country, alcohol. Okay? Lots of alcohol. We are not from Serbia. Serbia more alcohol. But we have lots, you see, beer and happy people, happy businessmen. Yeah? So we thought cultural heritage and we invested, and that's why we asked ourselves a question. Yes? The question is cocktail robotics the future? Yes? We thought creating a company that would create cocktail making machines. That's the wrong picture, but we didn't find another one on Google. That's actually some robot carrying an American soldier.
Yes, but
It's a dedication for Americans in, yes,
Iraq.
We love you. So, cocktail robotics. The question is it radical hedonism or is it a profitable market segment? Okay? It is you technical heads, it is very pixely.
Oh, come on, but it's the message that counts.
Okay, the message counts that we are very interested in having new contacts with possible investors in the audience.
Yes.
Okay, so, yeah, startup, awesome. That's the basic message, okay? Nächste, please. Bitte. Was ist das nächste?
Was, ja, das mit
Was haben wir denn?
2.0 da, das.
Ah, okay,
Ja.
okay.
Soll ich umschalten?
Ja, Entschuldigung, bitte. Ja.
Ja.
Okay, Web 2.0. That's it. Yeah. So, why we are really interested? Yeah. Let me explain how it works, please.
Okay.
Please. Okay. So, this is the internet. Okay. And this is the consumer. Go away. Go away. Go further.
Wörter,
Ja.
in der Tat.
Internet. I'll show you what we make. This is the startup. And now, oh, sorry.
So this is the restartup.
Okay. So, and now, after startup, porn and cocktail robots. Okay?
Okay.
And now we do it.
What was I?
You're the consumer.
I'm the consumer.
Follow it. So, I tell you,
It doesn't work.
yeah, it's a sticky business. But it is worth. Yeah. It's worth. What is TH shit? Okay. Good. So, what we did was first, what is really important for business? For business is important Python XML. You learn that. Then, and really important, you have to choose the publisher orally. Orally. Remember, it is always good to
Already.
word of mouth, orally. Then the same publisher, Photoshop for web. Important too. It's old Photoshop. It's 5.5. And then PHP. Wie heißt das? PHP 5, yes.
5,
And most important for the business world, HP Lovecraft. Okay? If you know that's a German version. Katzen von Ulta. It's a stupid book. But it tells you the lesson that there are the older ones. For example, Stevie Jobs. The old ones. And you have to battle them, yeah? Sometimes you get insane when battling them, but he is my personal Wozniak. He is my Wozniak. Are you my Wozniak?
I am, yes.
Will you leave me after a couple of years working together with me?
It depends on how much they pay for.
Okay,
So,
good. Good. So, today we want to talk to many interesting people from all over the world, especially United States of America.
so just, I think, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we in the list? Yeah, we have our first guests tonight.
Yes.
So, a really warm welcome for our first international guests at Taugshow. First of all, I'd like to introduce you to Cory. No, sorry. To Sean the Banner. Sean Banner, where is he? There he is! Yes. It is Mwah, mwah. Please, you can choose. You can choose. I thought that you take this one. And now it's different. We have two guests at the same time because we have so many guests. So yeah, here, Cory, Doctorow. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Yes, yes, yes. Please. A T-shirt tells a lot about a man. Yes. Good. So I'm sitting here. I have to interview you from behind. I'm sorry. Oh, and if you turn around, then only the back side will be on the camera. Actually, we are. Thank you very much also for giving us the technical equipment for recording it.
Thank you. We don't get paid for it. We don't need applause.
Okay. So first, we wanted to talk to both of you about a concept that is not very popular in Austria. It is called blogging. Okay. Our tattooed friend Sean Bonner started a worldwide network called Metro Blogging. That is a blogger. Is democratization, is it possible through blogging?
I don't know whether democratization is possible through blogging, but at least people get to say stuff that they wouldn't be able to say otherwise.
For example?
Okay, so for example, in Pakistan right now, big media blockout, guy took over the whole place, locked down everybody, bloggers are still blogging. They chopped off CNN, BBC, everybody's kicked out of the country, bloggers are still blogging. They decided to try to stop the internet, so they cut off all local phone calls, thinking that everybody was dial-up, and the bloggers had DSL, so they stayed blogging. So yeah, there's nobody, like there's no news reporters, they blocked off everything, like big media in the country, but the bloggers are still reporting firsthand everything that's going on. So, blogs can talk about things that they wouldn't have been able to otherwise.
Yeah, I'd say that one thing that lesson teaches us is that while it's possible to cut bloggers off, it's only possible to cut bloggers off if you do so at the expense of tools that are incredibly important to the ruling class. And so in this way, the bloggers get to use rich and powerful people as human shields. And you saw this in Myanmar where you had this junta of basically Stone Age dictators who nevertheless couldn't afford to shut off the internet for like 10 days as bloggers humiliated them on the international stage by smuggling pictures of their atrocities out of the country. Because if they had done that, the people who were kind of important and pulled the strings in Myanmar would have been more inconvenienced than the bloggers were. So it took them a really long time to get to the point where they were willing to shut off the network. And that's really interesting, where you have the tools of free expression chained to the tools of runaway capitalism, and you can't shut off one without shutting off the other. It benefits those of us who care about free expression. I think the other thing I wanted to say apropos of this is that there's a tendency to think of the kind of journal blogging where people write down their thoughts and dreams and so on, and what someone said to them today and so on as trivial or unimportant. But I think that historically, that's been the majority of the communication that we've done. It hasn't been written for public consumption, but it has been written. And when we look back on the material that's important to us about understanding earlier cultures, it's that quotidian stuff, it's that everyday stuff. It's from the Diary of Anne Frank to the graffiti on the sides of the temple walls in Egypt. All of that stuff tells us more about a civilization than their art and literature, and the material that was produced for the rich and powerful tells us. And it's particularly galling to hear people say, well, can you all shut up so we can make some art now? Right? Stop talking about all the stuff that's important to your daily life so we can make some worthy artistic stuff today. I think that it's a bad pitch to try and give to the world that you should stop talking about all the stuff that you care about.
Wow. Okay, please tell me a little bit, what is the history of blogging? What do you know about? What's that? Yeah.
The history?
Yeah, we found that on Google too.
Oh, good, excellent.
Yeah. So is there a history of blogging? So when does it start? Where?
Doogie Howser.
Doogie, what?
Doogie Howser.
Okay. A person in the audience laughed about the joke, but I didn't get it. Okay.
Doogie Howser.
Who is Doogie Howser?
Yeah.
Don't know Doogie Howser?
Yeah.
He was a character played by Justin Hall.
Yeah.
Ah, Justin Hall.
Yes,
I know
Justin
that guy.
You know the young doctor in the hospital.
Der Kubier, wie der Kubier.
Yeah,
genau.
forget Doogie Howser.
Okay, good.
So,
Okay.
At one point, a long time ago, there was this guy, Justin Hall, who decided that it would be a good idea to just start writing stuff that he was thinking about and putting it up online, and nobody had ever really considered that before. And he did it, and then people started reading it, and were actually interested, which was quite surprising. And then other people started writing about things that they were interested in, and then more people and more people. And it was actually quite difficult for a long time. You had to write it, code it, figure out how to hand upload every single thing. And then towards late 90s, some people started writing software to make it much, much, much easier, so then people could do it themselves without getting too technically knowledgeable on their own. And then it keeps getting easier and easier and easier, and more people doing it all over the place.
Okay, so some of the people who created .software,
Yes.
they are rich now.
Some of them are rich, some of them are recluses, and some of them are...
I'm interested in those.
Some of them are rich recluses.
Some of them are very rich recluses, yes.
Okay.
There was a fantastic piece of software called Gray Matter, which lots of blogs were written on, and it got too popular, and so the guy who wrote Gray Matter didn't want to have anything to do with it, so he stopped making it and ran away. And then, then movable type came in and took their place.
You are using movable type, aren't you? You're blogging in metro blogging. Yeah, tell me a little bit about metro blogging, because many people here don't know about it.
Okay.
What is metro blogging?
So metro blogging is an idea that a friend and I started in Los Angeles because we were looking for good local information, and we couldn't find anything that actually gave a reasonable opinion on something. We were looking in the local paper, and we would see a review of a restaurant, and it would talk about the color of the tablecloth and the nice plates they had, and how quick the food was brought out, and what was hanging on the walls, but they would never say whether the food was actually good or bad. And so we were looking around and finding that both of us were ending up on people's blogs to actually find useful information locally. And so we were sorting through 15 or 20 entries on somebody's blog about their cat and their job and their cat, and then more about their cat. And then we would find the one entry about where they had a really great sandwich for lunch. And that was what we really wanted to know. And so we decided to talk to all these people and get them to write for one website. And just anything that they're going to write about that had something to do with the city, put it in one place, and then you would have a really good resource for local information. And as soon as we did that thinking it would just be useful in Los Angeles, because it was the website we wanted to read. And so it's very selfish, I wanted these people to make one site so I didn't have to go to 50 different sites. And then as soon as we did it, everybody around the world freaked out and said, we want this in our city too. So we've been making other cities ever since then.
And they're all over the world now?
Yes.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Is there a possibility of having interplanetary metro blogging in the future?
Yes. We have one in Azeroth, which is the World of Warcraft. So we have a metro blog that's in a virtual world.
We could have a discussion about virtual violence now. But I don't want to.
Cory, I have a question to you. We want to make money with internet, and so we thought about blogging, yeah. And we are from Floing, and so we thought about a big blog called Floing. And how do we earn money with that?
It is a stupid question.
Is it possible to earn money with something like Floing?
So I'll tell you what, the historical model for getting money for writing stuff has been to find a group of people who you think advertisers want to talk to, and then try and figure out what those people want to read, and then write that and publish it. That's the historical model for doing a magazine. So there's cat food companies, they want to reach people who care about cats. I'll start a magazine about cats. The cat food companies will advertise my magazine, and I'll sell my readers to the advertisers. That's not how we started Boing Boing. We kind of turned it on its head. What we started doing was writing about the stuff that we really cared about, in the hopes that there were people out there who cared about the same stuff as us. And those people came along and started reading Boing Boing and telling their friends about it. And it turns out that there were a lot of people who cared about the same stuff as us. And for the people who didn't care about the same stuff as us exactly, we were really careful and are really careful when we write our headlines and when we write our posts to make it really easy to figure out just from the headline or the first line of the post what the post is about. So if it's about wireless and you don't care about wireless, you can just skip to the next one. So it's an easy site to read even if you're not entirely congruent with our interests. And what that's meant is that we've gotten a lot of people who come and read our site and who read our site on a daily basis. And we were able to find advertisers who cared about those people, who cared about people like us. And so in some ways, I think it's a much nicer model. Unlike the writing for magazines, which we all did for years and which I still do a bunch of, no editor ever says, well, you can't write about that, no one else will care about it. That's not the right litmus test. The right litmus test for us is, do you care about it? And I think that it's an incredibly liberating thing to be able to write in just as much detail as you want to about just the stuff that you care about. I think for some readers it might be a little frustrating. We sometimes get emails from readers saying, stop writing about whatever it is you're writing about. No more mutant chickens or no more Disney or whatever. And it's like...
You blog about Disney?
I do every now and then.
I'm very interested. I'm very interested in Disney, DRM, and science fiction.
Oh, well, very good.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
Exactly.
I think I have to check out your blog.
Do you have a big DRM problem in Floing?
We have a thing called the Floing cluster.
Okay.
It's basically, what is it? An old Atari.
Yeah, but it works.
Those things were a pain in the ass to rip from, those cartridges. Yeah. So in that way it's possible to make some money. I think though that readers sometimes write in and they're like, well, I don't care about this subject, stop writing about it. And we call this the hallucinated editorial guideline problem, as in someone out there hallucinated a set of editorial guidelines for us and expect us to adhere to it.
I don't understand people who read a blog and always write emails that you don't write that and it's not interesting. Why do they write emails to you? I mean, if there is a topic of a writer of you and he gets about 100 emails to say that's boring. Do you stop? You don't
My
stop
friend
the topic.
Patrick calls it complaining about the free ice cream. Right? Stop. This free ice cream you give away, it's the wrong flavor.
Yeah.
There is nothing like free ice cream. There is no free ice cream. I'm against free ice cream.
There is no such thing as a free ice cream?
Yes.
I think that was Robert A. Heinlein. There ain't no such thing as a free ice cream. Is that
That's why I read so much science fiction.
Yeah.
Okay. Question to you, okay? Oh, hello. Okay. You are good.
He is good.
Yeah. Yeah, it is moving. We have a rendering machine, and it took a month to render it. Good. But when we have money, we'll do it better.
Good.
Okay. Good. You're not only interested in blogging, because that would then be boring. If you just would be interested in blogging about
just
blogging,
blogging.
then are there bloggers blogging about blogging?
There are bloggers blogging about blogging, yes.
Okay, and that's Twitter.
Yes. They Twitter about Twitter, but they blog about blogs.
That's hyper Twitter.
Yes.
Okay, good. You are part of a gallery, or still are part of a gallery, so you're very much interested in art. And what do you think, could there be a new form of art in the future based on blogging, for example?
No.
No.
So we have to put this from our list.
Yeah, cross that off.
Cross it off.
If it's
So
no.
no Chacha Binks porn, no art blogging. Okay.
No.
But okay, then a question for you. Science fiction is always trying to talk about the future, but it doesn't work, I guess, because most of the stuff didn't really happen. What science fiction writers do. What do you think? Is there something in blogging that we can learn, like blogging and science fiction? Can that lead to the future?
Well, yes, at the rate of 1 day per 24 hours, it will lead inexorably to the future.
Okay.
Right? If you blog for 10 years, you will find yourself in the year 2017.
This is delusionizing.
It is quite delusionizing. Okay, so I think that science fiction tells you very little about the future, but a lot about the present. And the best example I know of this, I had lunch with a friend in Los Angeles last year, a guy named Tom Jennings, who created a system called FidoNet, which was like an early conferencing system that people used before the internet was widely available to people outside of scientific and research institutions. So it was like message boards, world-spanning message boards. And one of the common angry fights, the flame wars that they would have on FidoNet would go like this. How dare you talk to me that way here in my own living room? While you're a guest in my house, you will behave more civilly than that. And this was sort of 1982 to 1984. And what happened in 1984, 1985 is the term cyberspace became popular. William Gibson coined it in 1982, Neuromancer came out in 1984. By 1985, 1986, all the people who were hanging out on the internet knew the term cyberspace.
Bruce Sterling, for example.
Bruce Sterling knew the term cyberspace, it's true, yes. What happened as soon as people were in command of the idea of cyberspace, that Gibson called it the place where a telephone conversation takes place. It's not in my phone or in your phone, but in some notional space somewhere between our phones. Once we were in command of that idea, all of a sudden we had a new way to think about these conversations. And so Gibson didn't really predict the future, but he did predict the present. Right? He noticed that we were increasingly inhabiting a place that was neither my living room nor your living room, but some fictional place in between where nevertheless important things were taking place.
Okay. You're working from your living room a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
In my kitchen.
Okay. What do you think about the future of work? Because nowadays, work is getting, so nobody's really working, they're all typing.
Right.
Okay? But that could be considered.
Their hands are working.
Yeah. Okay. Is there, how does the world really change through the digital revolution?
Well, first, the idea that you have to be someplace for a number of hours every day, that's probably the first thing that's going to change massively, because it's pointless, really, to have to be, at a certain desk at a certain time, and then sit there for a huge chunk of hours, and then leave later on. Like, you don't get any more work done specifically doing that than if you were working someplace else. So where you are doesn't really matter as much as what it is that you're doing. And, digital things allow that to happen.
I think that the first decade of this century was really about global capital, and about capital using its liquidity and its velocity to evade organized labor. And so that's what the whole offshoring thing is about, and the largest human migration in the history of the world, the movement of Chinese people from the central part of the country to the coast where the manufacturing cities are, and so on. But I think that the next decade could very well be the decade of global labor, as labor wises up to these same services. The fact is that global capital depends on high-speed network connections, and those are the same high-speed network connections that labor organizers can operate over. I'm working, my next book is about this. It's about hackers who unionize people who through video games. And what they do is they start with signing up the people who work in video game sweatshops, making video game artifacts for sale on eBay and in black markets. Not because that's a giant portion of the world's labor market, but because whereas if you want to go into Guangzhou or Shenzhen or the special economic zones in the Caribbean, and you try to enter there as a union organizer, you might get arrested or killed or kidnapped or deported. But if you can convert people who already live there into being union organizers, they can go around and sign up their peers. It's a way to hop over the fence. As though it didn't exist at all. And of course, in virtual worlds, you already have people who play really intensely in guilds, and guild is just another name for union.
World of Warcraft?
World of Warcraft.
Ah.
Yes. World of Warcraft?
I never played it.
World of Warcraft.
I like Pong.
Yeah. I'm in an amazing Pong guild, the Savage Battles.
Oh.
Yeah, we do great big Pong raids. They go on for hours.
We could think about that for our parties. Maybe that's a little bit more interesting than that what we.
We could have real-time Tetris made of concrete blocks. and sometimes you lose. Very good. Thank you very much. Yes. So, and now. Okay. So the next guest in our humble show, can I?
Yeah, true.
Okay. Is Oklahoma Heart Hero. We think he's the Oklahoma Heart Hero. And therefore, I'd like to introduce to you GameJew. GameJew. So, hello. We wanted to ask you, are you proud about your Oklahoma heritage?
I would know, actually, I'm from Vermont.
You're from Vermont. Oh, yeah. I never. Could you please change it?
But you know, Oklahoma and Vermont, very similar.
Go. Put Vermont. Ah, yeah. Okay. Good.
That's good.
Good. Okay.
That's good. Thank you.
So, GameJew is a wonderful performer, but would you like to introduce yourself?
I would. Yes.
Shall we put away the tear?
I kind of like the tear. I think you can leave it. I'm leaving Vienna soon. I'm leaving here soon, so I'm kind of sad. But I'd like to talk to you about something very important. Very important to any startup company is brand identity. And one thing that is often overlooked with brand identity is hand gestures. So I just want to go through. I was going to get some audience participation here. I'll do one for an example, and then maybe we can make some hand gestures brand identity for this company. Maybe. So I'll do one that I've done already. I did this with Nintendo, the Nintendo Wii. You see I got my Mario cap on. I'll teach you the song, and then we'll learn the hand gestures. It goes like this. The song goes, "We means you and me, a family, Nintendo Wii." That's the whole thing. So let me hear you sing that with me, guys, everybody. Evelyn.
I hope I can remember.
Here we go. We means you and me, a family, Nintendo Wii. Now the hand gestures. This is the important part because anyone can just write a song. Yeah.
What is Nintendo Wii?
Nintendo Wii is a video game console that you. It's not like Pong.
It's a stupid name.
It is a stupid name.
Is it, how much E? I, it's in English.
Yeah, I. Two I's.
Two?
Okay. We, W-I-I.
Nintendo Y?
There was a lot of confusion. There's a lot of
Yes,
You're not the only one that Nintendo Wii. So here are the hand gestures, really simple. We means, I can't see if you're doing them or not. We means you and me, a family, Nintendo Wii. All right, that's good. So now we'll put it all together with the music, just one more time, to really cement it. This is the key here, is to cement the brand identity. You just repetition over and over. Here we go. We means you and me. I'm going to see the hand gestures. A family, Nintendo Wii. Very good. That was great, guys. Okay, so now why don't we come up with one for this company, maybe?
Okay.
This, right? Maybe this company is maybe like this.
No. Stock up.
Oh, stock up, okay. This company, that's good. This company is super cool.
Or super sexy.
Super sexy. No? Well, what's better? I don't know.
You are the professional.
This, super sexy. This company is super sexy. Right? And then you're blogging, right? So bloggity blog.
Voice over.
So, voice over IP. Okay, that one's a little more complicated, but I think we can get it. Are we ready? This company is super sexy. Bloggity blog. Voice over IP. All right, now I'm gonna play now we gotta keep it going. Here we go. This company is super sexy. Bloggity blog. Voice over IP. Very good. Thank you very much. That was great.
Nobody can tell me that GameJew is a waste of bandwidth. No. I like this person. Good. What's the next?
I have.
Okay.
McDonald.
Ronald McDonald is so 1992.
That is now.
The next guest is Magistra Evelyn Fuerlinger. It is a very interesting name from Upper Austria. Yeah? I hope she's all right that we put the dollar notes in her eyes. I don't know, but I think it fits the theme. So, a big applause, hands in the air for, yes. Would you? Yeah. So.
Your microphone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Evelyn, normally when the monochrom people are here, she's talking about linguistics, whatever that is. Today?
I thought I would talk about linguistics.
Oh, cool.
For a change.
Okay. Wicked words.
Wicked words, yeah, that's the little thing I occupy in this show. And usually Johannes is very cooperative, so if you could try and make it easy for me. Not such a stage professional as you are.
If you're not wasting any of my money, it's no problem.
Don't think so. I'm still working for free here.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. What is your topic?
What I was, the topic, it's simple, basic color terms.
Colors. Oh, click.
Click,
Shall I
click.
click?
No, don't click now.
Yeah, I know when to click.
Okay.
You know where to click.
Yes.
We've talked a lot about semantics in the other shows, so if you were very cautious and remember what we talked about, you will know what cognitive semantics is about, which would have us believe that all linguistic categories are arbitrary and therefore can vary completely from language community to language community. But some evidence shows that this might just not be the case. So I will present you with a study now that actually comes out of this category, sorry. It's the Berlin case category. It's the Berlin case study. That's what we linguists call it. It was a cross-cultural study on basic color terms. That's the name, and it was done or published at least in 1969. Of course, it was done in the years prior to the publishing. Berlin is actually an anthropologist.
He's a man-eater?
No, not an anthropophag. Okay. Anthropophagist.
Okay.
Whatever.
Fine.
And what is an anthropologist anyway? I think they're studying people, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, while we're studying words,
The GameJew knows it, yes.
Yeah.
they care about the people while we only listen to what they say. So they found out, and actually I think it's very interesting. I hope I'm not going to be the boring part on this show. But they found out...
see. Do your best.
Yeah, I'm trying to make this interesting. Sorry. They found out that there are 11 basic color categories. And what's funny about it is that they're all the same categories all over the world. So whatever culture, whatever language.
It was in 1969.
Yes, it's been quite a while ago.
The year they had the idea that the internet would be an interesting idea.
Isn't it also the year when they flew to the moon?
Yes.
Yeah, anyways.
And free sex.
Yeah. Can we talk about language? The summer of love. What they also found out is that all languages have at least 2 of these basic color terms represented in their lexicon. And what's even more interesting about it is that these terms are hierarchically organized. That means that they come into the languages in a certain succession. So the two basic color terms that every language in the world has are black and white, which is easily explained because you have night and day, light and dark, black and white, easily comes to your mind.
This and that.
But it becomes even more interesting because the third color term that enters every language is red. How would you know? Well, it's also nicely explained in very basic terms. Blood is red. A lot of animals are red.
Which one?
Is red.
The GameJew is red.
And the stupid communists.
And the communists. I think they chose that color because of... Actually, some of you might be more apt to explain that, but what I read was that red, the wavelength that objects that seem to be red reflect, is a very... Is it dark or is it short? Anyway, the length, the wavelength is very intense for humans to notice. So that is, we perceive the red as a more intense color than, say, blue.
So we should use the red in our
logo.
We have our logo in red.
Is it red? Okay.
Yes. But would it be good to have the internet homepage in red?
I'm not an expert on that. Let's continue with my little theory here. So, that was the third color that enters the language. Now, the fourth color is either green or yellow, and the fifth color is either yellow or green.
Sorry,
Hey, can you
you
push
wrote
the
me.
buttons?
Is that like? Sorry,
What's your name again?
I
mean, you're only here to...
Josef Peppi Schoars.
Yes, please, I mean...
He doesn't know his name. That's so funny. He's a technician.
I'm sorry about this, guys, but he is supposed to push them buttons.
I'm sorry, I just had a problem because now you said before black and white and red and green or yellow. No. But I had before this one, yellow or green. And the next one is green or yellow. But you sent me this in the email. So it's now on the PowerPoint.
And now we have it here that cultural scientists and technicians shouldn't work together. No.
I think that the audience might have figured it out, that it's just been,
And they would say, what is that for a stupid technician? That it's wrong on the PowerPoint. So I want to make a time out to explain.
So you think they won't think you're stupid if you just don't press any buttons at all? Whatever, let's go.
Good point.
Go on.
I think we're already at the sixth color now.
Okay.
The sixth color is blue.
Now look at that layout.
The seventh is brown. And if a language has 8 or more color terms, it's purple, pink, orange, gray, or any combination of these.
So what's the language with the most?
Well, there's a lot of languages with a lot of color terms, but actually the Western cultures tend to have the most color terms overall, because
HTML,
with the most
that's got
colors.
to be a Native American language. Maybe, concerning Native Americans, maybe Eskimos, many names for
Inuit.
Okay, what is Inuit?
An Eskimo.
Okay.
That's what PC is good for.
Yes, you have to have a PC because you wouldn't have a chance in our working environment if you don't have a PC.
That's so true. Can I make this point?
Yeah, please.
Thank you. So these terms and the succession in which they enter a language are universal. That's what Berlin and Kay found out. Which, there was a claim that Berlin and Kay made that I can be not so, they shouldn't be so proud of. What they say is that the number of color terms in a language correlates with the level of technological complexity of the corresponding culture. Now,
Yes.
Western male white scientists stuff, I guess. But the implications of this is basically that the universalist evidence does not necessarily refuse all cognitive, which is this, relativistic approach thing. But language can certainly vary semantically to some extent, but not without constraints, and that was the point.
Okay.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you here, but now we have to ask the audience if they got what you said.
Did you got?
Did I make myself clear?
So, that, come on, I blind you with the laser pointer. That.
You know what's funny about it? Actually, when I go swimming, I go topless. So, just come along. Will that satisfy your appetite?
So, we are here. Let's pretend that this is YouTube. How many points?
Thank you, Bree.
That's good. That's good. Go away. Thank you very much. Yes. Evelyn Fuerlinger. And now, yes. Of course, yeah. Do not forget the color of money. Yes. The next thing I want to talk to you about, actually, I want to show you a film, is about applications. If you want to start a company, you have to pick good pieces, and it makes a good.
All together.
Yeah. Okay. So you have to have the right persons for your company, and now I show you an interesting example. Please down with the lights. We'll show the applicant movie.
Good afternoon, Mr. Fish. Please.
So, good afternoon.
Have a seat. I hope you had no trouble getting here.
No.
I'm going to record our conversation for internal purposes. I hope you don't mind.
No.
All right. Well, let me just make a few adjustments. There. Now, let's start with your resume.
My name is Thomas Fisch. I was born on 15th of April in Webelfingen.
A bit louder, please.
My name is Thomas Fisch, and I was born on 15th of April in Webelfingen. It's a town in Germany. I also did my high school degree there, in this town. Then I moved on to Vienna to study business administration for the last 3 years. And I was always really good at school. So sometimes also I was head of class, and I skipped 3rd grade and had a happy childhood. I have wide-ranging interests like sports, politics, economy, but also like animals, and my favorite animal is the hippopotamus, you know. And I'm also a family person. I have planned to, might be a little naive, but I have planned to make my first million until I turn 30, and then I will start a family.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, and I'm also amateur radio enthusiast. I have recently just bought a new antenna, and I have radio friends all around the world, like in Andalusia, Australia, Spain. And I also like going fishing very much. Like my friends just always call me Fischer, like because of my last name is Fish, and they just changed it into Fischer. They only call me Fischer anymore, so it's like a kind of a joke.
So very amusing. Tell us about your work skills.
Well, I have a very strong working ethic. You know, I believe that the future employee has to be flexible and also available, and has to have company-oriented notion of profitability. You know, so and to me it's also important that you at least have the possibility of making suggestions concerning internal politics of the enterprise and to have the possibility to get insights in firm structure, politics, and so. So that's. Yeah, I have extensive computer skills. I started with Windows 3.1 and then went to 95, Windows 89, Windows 2000, NT, XP, Home and Professional, and now Vista. I really like Vista. Many people complain about it, but 3D animation makes a really, like, you know, if you have more fun when you're working. And I can also handle Macintosh computers and Linux computers. I love the idea of sharing software and open source development, and so that's just, you know, my thing. So I also in the 90s, when the internet started to grow, I had heard of CIA and FBI monitoring the email traffic, and I just figured out some program to, in an easy way, encrypt keywords that if you don't want a certain word to be found by an automatic analyzing routine, then I can show it to you. May I here?
Please.
Okay. I use the word stock market, and the idea is to make, in a simple and economic way, make it hard to read for automatic analyzation routines. So this example, I just doubled the letters of the word, so that well, I did many of such routines, and
it's very impressive. Now, we want to make sure that all of our employees are good matches for the company. So if you could tell us a little bit about your personal habits and your personality.
So physically I'm fit, and I can go for long distances. I have my own car. I don't need much sleep. I'm in a good shape because I'm not smoking, I'm not drinking, I'm not even going to discos. It's really a shame that I heard that 20% of today's youth has already hearing damages, you know. I don't fear not to be trendy, you know. For myself, I think I can be. I don't have to go with the trend to be in. I'm just in for myself, you know. I think that I have personality, and that I can be a personality, and that when, you know, when I walk into a room, I have something in mind that then I think that people notice that and pay attention to me. Yeah. So I also like a lot music. I listen to classical music and top 40, not so much techno. I don't like that so much. It's to me very much boom boom. Maybe some Kraftwerk tunes, but also not all. Well, I feel that I have a very good sense for the human nature. Like, I can handle with people, you know. Maybe even I could become a talk show host or something.
So do you have your own car?
I think I mentioned I have a BMW.
I see.
So,
Well, thank you very much for your time, Mr. Fish. I will pass this tape on to my superior, and I think things are looking fairly well for you.
thank you.
It's very interesting when people come and tell us a bit about themselves. It's very interesting. Of course, people usually try to emphasize their strengths in the interviews, but perhaps there's something where you could say, this is one of my weaknesses.
Well, everybody's got weaknesses. I used to have, I don't have that anymore. I used to have some kind of, do you really want to hear that now? So, I don't know if your impression will be so good still after this, but you know, I had, okay, I can tell you, I know how to handle it now. It's not so often anymore, and I used to have the vision of making physical love to the Mount Everest, you know, but I know it's somewhat absurd.
Mr. Fish. So now I want to introduce a good friend, David Fine. Where is David Fine? Is he here?
I hope so.
I hope he's here. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. Yes.
Hello.
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 So, we are talking about money a lot today, but you have found out something, and please tell us about it.
Oh, well, you know, you might be able to tell that I'm an American. And we're facing a crisis right now of the economy in America, where the dollar is being worth less and less compared to other currencies. So that my time here in Austria has been really expensive.
It is your fault.
No. But I have a solution.
That's not your fault.
You see, okay, so I'm not an economist, but I know some simple things about economics, such as supply and demand. And basically, if there's more of something than there's demand for the thing, then the price is going to go down, right? And so if there's more money than there's demand for the money, the price for the money is going to go down, and basically there's too many dollars.
Okay. Like this one.
Yeah. So my solution to the economic problem is that we get rid of all the dollars by eating them.
Okay. That is a good point.
Now, I've done some math, actually. I've done some math, and if every American were to eat just $1 every day, it would compensate for the inflation that we're having right now.
That is excellent.
And we will start
now. So, we have the water cooker. Yes? Water cooking device. Yeah? So, because we want
you have $1 with you.
Oh, yeah, I do, in fact.
Yes.
Oh, that's
good. Because we want you to eat the dollars. Yeah. But first we cook them. Because if you eat the dollar without cooking it, you would probably die.
That's not true. Who said that?
Yes, he did it with the stupid monochrom guys.
But he put hot sauce on it. The hot sauce will sanitize it also.
Okay, so let's put it in.
Oh, that's wrong.
It's wrong side. So now we made we have a problem now because you told all the story, and now we have to wait until it's cooked.
So how was your day?
Well, let's see. I woke up around noon. I worked on some robots, some cocktail robots.
Okay, we should talk about that. Can we buy you?
Yeah. How much? So we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I don't think that there's any money in these cocktail robots, though. I've actually lost money on mine.
You shouldn't tell at our show that there's not money in cocktail robots.
Well, but
the investors are there.
Oh, yeah. So actually, funny story. I was building this cocktail robot, and no, there's actually nothing funny about it.
You should blog about it.
You should blog about it. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a funny story. You stabbed your foot.
Well, yeah, but
Well, that's funny for you, but not for me.
I lost some blood, and blood is actually worth a lot of money. It's about $500 per liter on the market.
That's right. We should invest there.
Yeah,
Maybe,
the blood
yeah.
market.
Blood market?
Yeah. Maybe you could make robots that make take blood from you or something.
Oh, it is so. Please,
Almost
the camera,
finished.
please, the camera, please come here.
Oh, look at all. Look at that.
Look at that. It is a really disgusting color.
Yeah. You can see that on Octo in a few months.
So can I get everybody in the audience to agree that as soon as they get home, they're going to eat some dollars? We need all the help we can get.
So we need someone to
If
eat
you
dollar. Oh, there's the loud one, the loud American. Come here.
Yeah.
Come here. Pre-practice.
if you haven't got any dollars, you can go exchange them.
He is one of the superstars of do-it-yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. And now he will eat it himself.
He's our favorite victim for everything.
It's turning brown. The water is brown.
Who has to pay?
No, it's for free. It's eating money. You don't have to pay for eating money.
No, but I appreciate the help.
They say there's lots of cocaine on the
No. But okay.
This one is good. Yeah.
It's okay.
You should put the tackle on because it's physics.
So. Yes. Are you excited?
I'm thrilled.
Have you eaten your dollar today?
This will be my dollar for the day.
Tomorrow is buy nothing day. I do not encourage you to buy nothing. You have to buy, But maybe
Eat something.
Yeah. Oh.
Don't spend your money.
I hope we
eat
don't
it.
have any fire alert here.
Oi. I think it's.
Let's do it.
Ow!
Let's do it.
I think it's good. Yeah?
It's good.
Yeah. So.
Oh. So put it out.
So which one do you like?
738.
738.
What's that?
Okay.
It's very rich. Yeah, it's very. But it's quite hot. We have to cool them a little bit. So.
Ooh, bubbly water.
Oh. Oops.
That's too slow. Come.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, that's the first.
Actually, it may not be legal in America to eat dollars. But we're in Austria.
Yes.
And really, I don't think we could fuck up the economy any more than our government has.
So then.
Here we go.
You can make sushi.
Why is it bubbling?
It's so
Oh, okay.
Yes. So,
I had my dollar today, and Johannes too.
I call the American embassy.
Yeah, call the embassy.
Later.
I just chewed this for at least a minute, and look.
Give me one.
The dollar is.
I want one.
But they say that the dollar is losing strength. It seems
I'm not
like it's
sure.
really strong.
They're not gonna let you back in, guys.
That's okay.
Yeah, you have to go to the toilet before, then they don't know.
I think we need a blender. Blender. Blender.
I don't know that.
Will it blend?
Don't put the microphone off.
I didn't spit it out. Oh shit.
So, is there...
The only way to do this is just to put it all in your mouth and then swallow it. Chewing does nothing.
That's 3 months.
Chewing does nothing.
No. I put it in again. It's not cooked well.
Doing it. Okay, when I put this in my mouth, go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and on 0, I'm just gonna swallow the whole thing.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Before we begin, who in the audience knows the Heimlich maneuver? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
What? A highlight
And then the
maneuver?
front row too, the Heimlich maneuver.
Okay, yeah, okay.
This is an important maneuver.
Not-
we can demonstrate.
Not the polyamorous thing. No.
Okay.
10.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ignition start! Oh my God!
I've actually tried twice and gagged.
I forget to say you have to eat it in small pieces.
Okay. So I would say we don't have too much time. Swallow it in the audience. Okay. Wherever. So bye bye. So good. And I'll really eat it afterwards, but we don't have time for now. Okay, good. Okay. So,
I do the next.
hängt es nur am Lichtstrom? Na, passt schon. Gut. Okay. So, was ist denn jetzt dran? Oh. Ah ja, of course, ja. Der Spielejude. GameJew! So, I hope you can beat eating $1.
I'm not going to eat $1.
Now, you have to beat eating $1.
Beat?
Yes.
Oh, I have to beat it. I
Yes.
see.
Eat it. Don't make myself repeat it.
So to illustrate my next point, we got the brand identity with the hand gestures. The next important point is about perseverance, because you're a startup and things might not always go your way, but you gotta persevere. You gotta keep going, even when times are tough.
Oh.
Yes.
Really? Don't you just make another company?
Well, maybe that's what you do. Life gives you, what is it? Lemons, and you make lemonade. I hear that train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. You can sing along if you know it. I hear that whistle blowing on down to San Antonio. Well, when I was a baby, my mama told me, son, said always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. That's cold. Well, I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. Well, I bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. I know I had it coming. I know I can be free. But those people keep a moving, and that's what tortures me. If they freed me from this prison, if that railroad car was mine, I bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line. Oh, far from Folsom Prison, that's where I want to stay. And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Perseverance.
You can see this song as a metaphor about Super Mario Bros. Somehow? It works. Okay, so we now have our next star guests. And I tell you what, we planned them to be in the second part of the show because maybe some children are already gone. Because why? We now want to talk to people. Some people would call them criminals. Some. What's that?
That's the slide you put into the PowerPoint on that place.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
I know, but I can't go to the next because then the surprise is gone.
Okay, listen. So, I should now introduce the first guest.
Yes.
Okay. I always say a big applause. Is there another way to say that?
Let's hear it.
Okay, yes. Let's hear it for Tim Pritlove! You can choose? Yes. And the microphone. We digitally copied the @ symbol onto your face.
Oh, that's fascinating. How did you do that?
It's just a matter of seconds. Yes.
You had that Photoshop book, right?
No, it's a
Did you read it?
PowerPoint.
Did you read the books?
Power users.
The orally books, did you read it?
Some of them, yes. Those, only those that I have here.
Yeah, Photoshop.
I read them. You can take them home if you like.
Oh, thank you.
Good.
I like the birds.
But we have a second star guest. And we are very, very proud to have him here because he's one of the leading figures, like you, of the internet community. It is Jeff Moss! Jeff Moss! Yes, it is. Yes. This funny little statement is, of course, also with the Photoshop. Okay? So, my dear colleagues, I can get we have you here because we wanted to talk about the dark side of the internet. Because when I open up a company, there will definitely be some people out there who want to break into my system.
Why?
Because there might be some interesting ideas on my computer.
I see.
So that's purely hypothetical, okay? But maybe in the future. So So you are one of the founding fathers of the Chaos Computer Club. Not? Frankly,
I'm not that old, my friend. I'm not that old.
Okay, you have to give me correct info next time. Okay. So, what are you then?
Well, I happen to be a driving force in between.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You just happen to be.
Yeah. It just comes, overnight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it comes overnight. So overnight you become a really famous person in the internet.
Yeah, since you did this @ symbol. Yeah. I knew you did it last year and it was a huge hit on YouTube, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It got 25
hits.
Views, yes.
Yeah.
And
9 links.
Yeah. Okay, so what would you suggest to people out there concerning their privacy on the internet?
I think they should try to have some.
I guess you have to talk more about that.
Okay, yeah. You told me I should be serious, so I'll really try being serious now. So the problem is that people go in the net, as they say, to feel happy and meet new friends. And
hedonism.
Yeah, it's basically hedonism, and it's also about this other thing, with these monsters of. Yes, the Star Wars thing.
Tentacle porn. Tentacle porn is cool.
Yeah, and so they think that behaving on the internet is the same way as they behaved before in the discotheque. Where you just approach people and tell them everything they never wanted to know.
If I would tell the same thing I do on the chat to people in the room, he would slap my face.
Yeah, probably, and that's exactly what's happening on the net as well.
Slapping a face? That's cool.
Yeah, in a virtual way. That's the return. I mean, Mr. Serious Guy, which we just saw in the video.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if we would have done it without a camera, it would be probably much more happy than now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. You are both engaged. No.
Not yet.
Sorry. And that
but
was.
I saw his video on YouTube, and I think I got 27 hits.
And I just didn't want to be funny. It was okay. You're both working together with organizations, or even started them, that are in a way to promote that promotes new visions about the possible future of the internet, of privacy, of security and stuff. Especially security, I guess. Yes. Could you tell me a little bit what is the difficulty with security nowadays in our digital age?
Okay, I'd pass over to him because he's security related.
So the problem with security is nobody cares about security. So it's a very lonely field to be in.
Okay, but what is the difference? Because when I care about security, so I always try to find where my wallet is. I don't have it here at the moment, but I look about my wallet.
That's the problem. You're broke from Floozy or whichever. Floing.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we seem to find that the people with money don't care too much about security, and that's very frustrating to us. So we go and we break their windows.
Okay, so why do the people have a different view about security in everyday life and in the digital life?
Yeah. That's because I think people don't think very well digitally. They think like monkeys and not like computers. And so they're not fully aware of all the information that's being gathered on them over time. Everywhere they go, everything they do, the cookies that track them. You know about computer cookies, don't you? They're very tasty.
Ah,
yeah.
Yes.
Google likes them.
But behind each internet cookie, there is an internet cookie monster.
Yeah. Called Google. Or
Google. Why is Google evil?
They're not evil. They're just a cookie monster. Because they're like you. They're trying to make money. Lots of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then they're not that evil.
No, they're
not as good as you. But
they're very successful.
Yeah. I mean, if we would have so much money in doing stuff like Google and everybody would hate us, we would still be cool.
Yes.
But is this the problem with California and technology? That they're all cool, but doing evil stuff?
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, that's definitely not the problem.
Okay.
I think it has to do with the quality of weed that comes out of the northern mountains there.
Okay.
California is the only place you can go into a job interview and have a discussion with your prospective boss about the quality of bud in the local market and not get fired. It's very strange.
Is it because nowadays capitalism is rather like encouraging a revolution in a certain way? Because you have to be a revolutionary to really get some venture capital for what you do?
I'd say security people, hackers, have always tried to kind of break things and make things do things that they were never intended. And I think to outsiders who don't see that, they think that's really sexy and exciting, and there has to be money somewhere in there because you're doing something that other people aren't. And I don't know of anybody except maybe Chris Klaus at ISS who has managed to make a big fortune out of computer security. It seems to make a lot of people have good incomes, but nobody fantastically rich like Google or Flickr or MySpace or anything. So my advice to you is, if you're trying to become the next Sergey, don't pursue security. Pursue naughty tentacle sex.
Good. Could you make a memo for me later? Okay.
Yes.
My microphone is falling out of my wallet pocket. Okay. So you are the Chaos Computer Club. Could you tell a little bit what is the Chaos Computer Club?
Yes. The Chaos Computer Club is much more a movement than a real club. It is
I thought that.
People that are concerned about a certain thing, which is the impact of technology on society. And those who joined the CCC are probably those who are most interested in technology in the first place. So they like playing with things, they like technology as such, and because they like it, and because they play around with it a lot, and they really dive deep into things, they come to a certain point where they understand things beyond the normal usage. So they can understand what the impact is once you apply technology to, yeah, basically everything. So introducing the internet to just a group of nerds means they are going to make use of it in a very positive way, and they will come up with interesting communication, technology, whatnot.
Like we.
But introducing introducing the internet to everybody comes up with totally different things, nasty things like, you know, that Star Wars.
That creature. Yes.
And spam, and people attacking you, and going around your security measures if you have some. And even if you have some. So the impact of technology and the use of technology is very complicated to understand, and people are not fit yet. Because, for instance, computers and any electronic device is not older than 30 years. So it didn't have the time to really flow into the general mindset of people in the society to really understand what it means to use computers.
So it is like technology becoming cultural technology. Can you say that like that?
Yeah, it takes time.
Please.
It takes time to become really a part of the culture. People have to know how to use it, and they have to fail many times.
Okay, but my grandfather, for example, he knows now term MP3. MP3, where you have the music. Okay.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. He knows it, but he doesn't really know it. Okay.
And he probably never will. It's just you have to. Society has to grow with those that are young and that really understand it.
I see. Nature. That's why you chose to have a child.
Yes.
Okay. Can it program yet?
Not yet, but
okay.
I'm going to give him the books.
Okay, so, yeah.
I was going to say that for both of us, we sort of grew up in the middle generation where only people who were lucky got computers when they were young at our age. But everybody nowadays, the current generation, everybody has grown up only knowing computers. They've only known the internet. Computers and bandwidth have basically always been free. And so they view internet information completely different than my generation. You know, half my friends had computers and half my friends didn't. And so it was more of a privilege. But now it's just an acceptance. That's just what you do. Everybody just has computers. And in my generation, as growing up as a hacker, I had my real identity. I had my hacker identity. I only had two identities.
Did you sometimes flip them?
It was very difficult to keep the two separated.
What was the name? When your hacker
and
identity?
So,
what was your name then?
So kids today, they'll have many identities. They have their identities for their friends on MyBook, MyFace, Flickr. I mean, there's so many. There's so many damn social sites. Yeah, they've got.
And they give all the information away. They like that, and they like fuck that way, and they do that, and everything.
Right.
And, I mean, and institutions like yours, you're promoting privacy. Be careful, be careful. And then you're saying, the state, the bad state, they are trying to get our information. And then all the people give away their information like that for free.
Yeah,
like
for a chocolate chip cookie, they give away their information.
What can we do? Don't laugh. It's a serious matter.
Yeah. Not much. I think there are two separate things. One is the way people are using networks. We just can't really imagine what's coming out of this. Yeah, I'm not willing to say things will be like this or that in 10 years' time, because this is a dynamic we just have to follow. And in a way, we also have to accept that there isn't that traditional concept of privacy anymore. There's a new privacy, a digital, internet-related privacy that's partly in the open and partly private in one way or the other. So, I don't know. On the other hand, there are much more serious issues in terms of using technology in society. For instance, using computers for voting in a democratic election is a very bad idea. It's so bad that the only answer is no. But try to explain this
I have to
to a
translate
generation.
that. Nein. Nein. Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, that's...
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Moss. Mr. Moss. You are the founder of DEF CON. DEF CON, it's a defense condition. And con actually also means conference. So it's a little bit complicated, okay? Yeah. But you founded it a couple of years ago, and it is a big festival about talking about security. Can I say that this way?
You can say that.
Yeah. Could you tell us why there is always so much media attention?
And so it's not just computer security. It's we try to focus on technology applied in all different ways of society. So it can be anything from taking apart a video game and console and making it do things it was never intended to do, to picking locks, to building robotics, and then to computer security. So we sort of say, these are all the things that people can do with technology that was never really thought of. These are the unintended consequences. And I think the reason the media gets so excited about it is because it's very visible. It's right there. They can walk up, they can see the 9-year-old girl pick the lock that is supposedly, pick-proof. They can see a 15-year-old demonstrate some new hacking technique that nobody has thought of before.
It's always the 15 years old.
You've got to keep an eye out for those young whippersnappers. Yeah.
Okay, I'm feeling so old. Yeah. Okay.
You're losing your hair too, I think.
I know.
There's some, if you check your email, there's probably
best people lose hair, Steve Jobs. Lose hair. Lose hair, and still, what do? Loses hair, still makes iPhone. Shit. What are you doing? Okay, good. Both of you started DEF CON. You could actually say the same about the Chaos Communication Congress.
So why do you think it's interesting that the media cares?
Yes, you didn't answer the question. Sorry. Yeah, please answer.
No, I was just saying that the media finds it very interesting to see these things happen, that they're told by these big companies is not possible, and then they're proven wrong. And the media seems to think that's interesting. So.
Okay.
Plus, they like people with green hair running around.
Okay.
They really like that.
People with green hair? Yeah.
What color do you have?
It's more like purplish.
You go for the purples?
I think either green or yellow.
Wasn't that like the 5th color of the society? Yeah. That you, yeah, I think so.
It was. Good. Do you have a comment on that?
Well, it's the 11th.
The 11th. I mean, that's not even in the top 10. Okay. So, I skip all the colors behind 10. Why do we need them? Okay. Good. Okay. So
the same applies to the Chaos Communication Congress.
In the hacker world, there's always the healthy competition. Let's call it that way. So, what would be the healthy competition between DEF CON and the Chaos Communication Congress?
The funny thing is that I've never been to DEF CON and he's never been to the Congress.
That's so stupid, isn't it? You are talking, they're interested and what?
The problem with organization is it keeps you too busy. Yeah, it's just no time. It sucks, but that's the way it is. It's like the internet.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but we don't really need that competition because we're covering totally different cultures, and the American culture in that respect is different because it sort of started the internet. So the way.
Yeah. The Americans started the internet and the Germans started the war. Yes, is it? But I tell you, don't mention the war. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, but you did it.
Yes.
I know it's spoiled.
But that's actually a good question coming out of a silly joke, yeah? Is there there's security, especially national security and national security agencies, and those, let's call them somehow like creepy institutions, yeah? And the military, yeah? and the military. And they come up with really cool ideas all the time. Okay.
So what?
So what? So what? Can we appropriate that in a certain way?
What these ugly institutions are doing?
No, not the cool stuff they are making.
Yeah, well, sometimes there's dual use. I think the internet was a pretty good idea, but you can't really. Well, some people think it was born, by the defense ministry.
By the nuclear factor.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. It's not true.
No, why?
No, it's not true. The truth is they gave money, but in the end, it was scientists who wanted to collaborate, and that's how the internet was born. So. Yeah, we need more scientists. Any scientists here?
It's the scientists. They get so much attention. What's about businessmen? What? Good.
Yeah, but they have even less girls on their parties.
The scientists?
Yeah.
You don't know our parties.
I've seen pictures on Flickr.
I've seen things glowing in the dark near the Tannhauser gate. All those moments will be lost in time like tears in rain. Yes, it doesn't sound as good as Rutger Hauer, I know, but it is. Okay, but that's actually a good question, yeah? There are certain figures, like the Blade Runner, like this ugly kid in war games. There are many people who somehow created an image of the hacker. And that's a question for him, yes. So how, the media, what the media talk about hackers, is it really true?
No, not really at all.
Okay.
But I think at the time that all this attention came on hackers, it was that they were looking for an image. The media really needed an image. They needed a icon to hang this whole internet technology that was happening, and everything that was unexplained, every attack, every security problem, they needed a face for it. And they appropriated the name hacker from the people who are true hackers and applied it to computer criminals. And so now computer criminals sort of equal hackers in the public consciousness. But when we talk, we know what we mean when we talk about hackers. But when you talk to the public, you can't say, oh, he's a good hacker. I have to say, he's a good computer professional. Because it's too complicated for the media to understand that there are computer criminals in the world.
Okay. So
that's the cultural difference.
Ah, I see.
Oh, talk about that.
Yeah, that's the cultural difference, because in Europe, and especially in Germany, we sort of managed to have to get a different way of how the society is looking at hackers. So we can openly describe ourselves as hackers without having to fear any kind of
isn't there this
punishment for this. It's more this Robin Hood stylist,
Isn't there
the guys from the woods who are coming to save us and take the money from the rich, and and they're good looking.
You do that?
Yeah, of course.
If you want to take some money,
we don't eat it.
If you want to take some money, we are still poor. So okay, yeah, good. Tell me something I really should try when I go home and open up my computer. What should I try?
That's not a question.
It is not a question, there's a question mark in the end. It is a question.
You open up your computer at night?
Yes.
You like to open your computer at night, and then what do
I
you
download
do?
porn and stuff.
So when you open your computer, you try to get at the porn that's stored inside.
Yeah, I'm paying a lot for porn. So, I mean, you can even tell me an interesting homepage that I should go to.
And not your own homepage. So.
Do you know about Rule 34?
No.
Rule 34 is an internet rule, and it says if you can imagine it, there will be porn of it on the internet. So it doesn't matter. You can just make something up, and then you post it. You can blog it. You can even transmit it over voice over IP.
No, I'm not thinking about voice over IP.
Yeah, that's good. So if you go home at night and you open your computer, there will be porn of it.
Okay, it scares the shit out of me. Good. Okay. So then please go away.
And I'm still waiting to hear
Okay.
I'm still waiting to hear your business plan so I can give you advice.
At the business plan.
It's not really finished.
We don't even start it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It revolved around
the
blogging.
cocktail. Not the cocktail robots.
Maybe you could
The
write
cocktail
a
robots.
business
Yes.
plan for us? Do you have a business plan? Can you print it out?
I tell you what. It's late, I know. Oi. Okay, so I put it here. I tell you what. We have a robot here that is maybe the future of cocktail robotics, okay? And you tell me what you think about it. There, please, look here. There is David Calkins. He is from the United States of America, like you.
Excellent.
So, and it is Chapok. What does it mean?
It's named after the coiner of the term robot.
Where's the, sorry.
He's named after the person who coined the term robot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so please try to sell those guys your robot. Tell wonderful things about it.
He's very smart. He's very well educated. Let's ask him what he thinks about being here.
Ask himself.
Yes, is it possible?
No, of course.
Okay.
I'm really excited to be in Vienna at Taugshow. Rolly is my favorite TV star, but you are a douchebag.
It's always the same. The technicians are cool, and the marketing managers always crap. No, always.
Douchebag.
So, good. Willy. Okay, so, does it have potential?
It seems very smart.
Yeah, I would use it as a moderator for the show.
Yes. So. Yes. Good crap. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I'm having that sometimes.
Can we go now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go.
Thank you.
Go. And we are talking later, okay? We are talking later. So, I tell you what, we have to stop this silly thing here. Yes. It's not helping us at all. Stop, it's not funny. Good. GameJew. GameJew is here. And GameJew now has a final song, and then we'll stop all the thing here, okay?
You do the final song?
No, it's your choice. Sing a song for us, and then I think we should have like a wonderful sleep out into the evening.
Okay.
Think about it.
Think about it. Okay. Well, I guess it's really late. We'll just do the third. I was just going to say that the third thing that I had for you guys was about conviction.
Conviction?
It's about sticking to your guns and having big balls. So
Sticking to your guns?
Your guns. Sticking to your guns.
Okay.
It's an American phrase. So you're going to sing along with this one again. I figured it'd be good to go out singing. So it just goes like this, really easy to sing. Ooh, big balls. You've got some big old balls. And that's it. So let me hear you chime in on that one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, big balls. You've got some big old balls. That's perfect. So now you're just gonna keep that going for a while, and then that'll be nice. Okay, here we go. So it's about power, sticking to your guns, sticking to your balls, your conviction. All right.
But what's if you're female?
All right. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You sing it. everybody who's involved in the show to come up and sing the final song with us. Evelyn and Bree and Cory and everybody and David.
Because we have to stop it and we have to cut it in the half when we cut it. Yeah. It is too long. Come on, it is the tolerator. It is the fine. It is the man who founded what was it called? Not Dorfbot. F-Pong, yes. Yes. It is Tim Pritlove of the CCC.
Thanks for watching our show.
It's called Doctorow.
Thanks for watching our show. Thanks for watching our show. Now we gotta go. Oh, one more time. Thanks for watching our show. Thanks for watching our show. Thanks for watching our show. Now we gotta go. Oh, yeah.